If your employees feels like a threat, you are the problem. Let me say something very controversial. If you're a CEO and you are not actively working on yourself, your employees will feel like a competition to you. They will start to look like a threat, not because they have, but because you are insecure. If you have not yet confronted your fears, you won't see talent. You will see this set of individuals who actually want to help you as competitors. You will assume that they want to actually take your seat, your company, your spotlight. And trust me, nobody wants to take your spotlight. Nobody wants to take your company. For the past 6 months, I have worked closely with several startup founders as a creative project lead, and I've noticed something very crucial. They fall into two categories. Yes, category one is individuals that are open minded. I mean, these CEOs are open minded. They are the ones who understand that leadership is not just about knowing everything, it's about building something that is beyond your ego, right? So, for example, you have a product you want to sell for 10 naira, and then as a creative strategist, I study the market for you, right? I study your positioning, I study perception, I study, you know, the kind of audience that you are currently attracting at the moment. And I tell you that let's reduce the price strategically. Let's build trust first. Let's win long term. Let's position ourselves for long term growth. And then, this category set of CEOs, they listen and they adjust and then restructure the price of what we are selling. Not because we don't want to make profit, we are going to make profit. But right now, especially if you're in academic section, what people really, really need, if your niche falls into education, people need to understand that you are this kind of person that they can trust. So this set of individual CEOs, they listen, they adjust, and boom, we start to have massive sales, our brand, gain trust, and that trust brings in more people for us, right? And then customer return. Right now, we have category two of founders, the defensive founders, right? These ones, they always feel threatened by brilliance. Every suggestion that you make, feel like you are trying to challenge their authority. Every insight you give feels like a competition. So they hold back, they resist, they hold the price, they ignore positioning, they ignore, your strategy and everything. And now they come back to you and say, okay, they are not seeing results. I mean, how are you meant to see results when every of the what's it called ideas, every of the suggestion that we are supposed to use to upskill the brand, is being neglected at? How are we supposed to see results? So the truth is, if you are a founder, if you're a CEO, right, you cannot build a brand when you are yet to build yourself. That is just sincere truth. If you see every of your employees as a competitor, you're going to be running on dry land, because the truth is, when ego leads, growth dies. The company is going to die. If your vision is not big enough to make it to self-develop, to accept other people in your journey, but there's no need for you to build a brand. Yes, there's no need for you to build a brand if your vision is not big enough to accommodate people's suggestion. As a leader, as a founder yourself, of course, suggestions are going to be filtered out, right? And then we're going to hold on to that which is best. But if you see every suggestion that your growth lead, is given to you, then there's no need for you to have a company. If you cannot build people, you cannot build a sustainable company. That is the sincere truth. Leadership is about self-development first, and then your business is second. So if this triggered you, I'm glad that it did. Growth usually does.